Yo, what is up? It is your boy Cyril the Entertainer, and I'm back and I'm here to stay. And as the title says, yes, I am a voice actor, and although I haven't been in any projects as of yet, that is the second step that I'm working towards. The first step was learning about the craft, learning about acting, getting in them classes, and also just getting confidence as I'm learning about this craft. One thing that I realized is that I never really talked about it here on the channel when it comes to my acting journey, where I started and where I am now. I think I might have mentioned it briefly in like a video or two, but I never talked about it in full detail. So I'm like, you know what, man? Let's just talk about it, man. Let's talk about it real quick. Where I went for classes, how long I did the classes, all that good shit. Let's just talk about it here and now, while also learning a little bit of trivia of the channel itself as well. So way back when I was like maybe 15, 16, probably even younger than that, I knew that I wanted to do something in the entertainment industry. At the time, I was doing a lot of music related things back in middle school, back in high school. That was only like a school related thing. It wasn't like I was actually recording songs at the time. That wasn't until like way into high school when I started recording songs. Another thing that I really felt like I wanted to do was YouTube, because I was watching a lot of YouTube, a lot of different channels. I was watching a lot of YouTube at the time. I was like, okay, I want to do YouTube, but what am I going to do on here? For those who probably been here on the channel for so long, I don't know if there's maybe like, there's probably like 5 of you that remember this, but this channel used to be a gaming channel. And that's what I wanted to do at the time, because I was watching a lot of like Vanos Gaming. Basically, I had to work. Basically, the whole crew. I was watching a lot of them at the time. And I was like, my guys play GTA. My guys play all these other games. We be funny. We be making jokes. I think we could do the same. Now, at the time, I didn't have any computer, laptop, editing software. I ain't had none of that shit. I was editing on Share Factory on the PS4. That's what I was using to edit my videos at the time. Looking back at it now, yeah, the edits were shit, but the clips were funny as hell. Like they was very funny whenever I look back to them, and I'm like, damn, like this was hilarious. But obviously it didn't last long. At some point in time, I think this was mostly during high school, where I was like, I want to try something else. And so one day I got a camera and I was like, let's record in real life stuff. I was like, why not?
Why not?
I decided, okay, I was gonna do skits. I was watching a lot of Caleb City, Long Beach Griffey, and for my older people, Angry Video Game Nerd. That's an old one. That's an old one. If you know about that, then wow, yeah, you've been on the channel, you've been watching YouTube since it started for real. But I was watching a lot of those channels, and I was like, yeah, let's do skits. Let's go for it. See what happens. Did 3 initial videos. And people liked it, people enjoyed it, and I was like, let me keep at it, let me keep going, let me just see how many more videos can I do, and where does my imagination and brain can go when it comes to making these videos. But in the midst of making these videos, I was like, you know what, I'm making skits, I'm doing acting, let me learn a little bit more about acting. Let me actually take a couple classes and really invest some time into this craft. So one of my colleagues at the time, she put me on to Atlantic Theater Company here in New York. They offer full-time and part-time classes. The full-time classes though, that shit I heard is like 17, 18, 19 racks. I said, nah, that's not me right there. But the part-time classes obviously is a lot more affordable at the time. I did 2 classes there. I did the beginners class and the class above beginners. I think they called it like the intermediate. Well, for I'm saying intermediate, but it was actually called like the technique level 1 class. The first class that I did with the beginners, I remember just being nervous as fuck. Like, this is the first time I'm being in a setting where there's other actors, other people who have experience with acting already. I'm just like, holy shit. But then as the days went on, I got comfortable with a couple people. Actually, I still speak to some of those people to this day. The class was enjoyable. The one thing that I was like, was when our teacher, he was like, oh, you might have to remember 20 monologues so that you'll be ready for an audition. And I was like, 20 monologues? My memory not that good, bro. I don't think I'll be able to remember 20 monologues. Yeah, nah, that's not happening. And so that kind of like swayed my opinion when it comes to acting, but not necessarily, because obviously I then took the other class right after. And in that class, same thing, pretty fucking nervous. Not as much because I was now more used to the setting of that school, but still nervous because there was a lot more new people. There wasn't anybody from previous class at all. And so I just had to get used to them again. And in that class, I remember I was super nervous doing this as if game. Now, as if is a term in acting. You can look it up if you want, or I could make a video on that as well, just talking about like the different techniques and stuff like that, if people are interested. But to keep it very short, is basically as if it's basically a scenario that you have instilled in your brain for a certain scenario. And so I'm repeating my as if to my scene partner, and she's repeating her as if that I don't know about to me, and we're just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That shit just felt so awkward because it was a new experience, so it just felt super fucking awkward. And I remember just my hand just fucking shaking, man. I was just like, holy shit, like I couldn't contain it. Nobody noticed it except for this one person. She was very experienced with acting, and she did notice that when I was on the stage or whatever, and she was just like, yeah, oh, I'm nervous, this never goes away. And that's very fucking true. Like, if I was able to actually do like the full-time student thing there, man, I'd be there for real. It was a great experience, definitely enjoyed it. And that's when I also realized that, okay, maybe I don't necessarily want to do like on-screen acting as much. Like, I'll still do it, let's say down the line I do a couple of roles in voiceover, and then they pick me up for something in person. I don't mind that, but I'd prefer a lot more voiceover stuff, So I started realizing that after that second class that I did there, and I was like, okay, so what are we gonna do for the voiceover stuff? Where are we gonna take classes for that? Two things happened. So I searched up my own. I searched up acting and voice studios. It was very minor class. It was only like, I think 2 classes really. It was like $100-something. It was a lot of people in that fucking class. Mind you, these voice acting classes were online, but it was still a lot of people in that Zoom call. And I was just like, oh wow, like this is crazy. I was super nervous because, like, not nervous, more like just felt out of my element, because the scripts that they gave me was like for cartoons aimed more towards like the younger audience, younger demographic. I was just like, do I put on a voice? Do I use my normal voice? I feel like my normal voice is a little too like gruff or a little heavy for the type of characters that they give me. Now I can't show the scripts obviously because they're owned by certain companies and stuff, but it was for like a car show where the cars can talk and all that stuff, and it was something else. And those two, I was just like, yeah, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know. The teacher there for that class told me, just use your normal voice. I was just like, you sure? Like, my normal voice, I don't have to put on anything? And then she was like, no, like half of voiceover is really just using your voice, and then the other part is the acting part, but you use your voice. Now if you can put on a voice and make it sound very natural, then that's fine, but 9 times out of 10 you're using your natural voice. So I went for it, and I did pretty well for what it was at the time. I was still pretty new. I was still just trying to figure out my voice and where I belong in the voice acting industry. And that was the last time that I did anything close with acting in voice studios, but they're pretty good, and I'm pretty sure they do a lot more than just those 2 classes. They have a bunch of different programs, and they're a lot more affordable than any other thing, especially a lot more affordable than even Atlantic Theater Company. So now I'm at a loss. I'm like, okay, where else can I go for voice acting like training? Where else can I do that, right? Yo, one random day, Book VO and PCAP followed me on the gram, and I was just like, who is these? And I looked through them. I looked through their page. It seemed pretty legit. They do voiceover work. They be gathering people that's already in the industry to actually teach certain classes. I'm like, damn, nigga, sign me up. Like, what's up? Let me sign me up, man. So I looked it up, seen how much it costs. It was like $300-something. I was like, let's go for it, man. Let's go for it. And this was a 6-week program, or like 6 days really. So 6 Saturdays. Within that first time of doing those classes, I got to meet a lot of people in the industry already. I got to meet Michael, and I can't pronounce his last name, but it's gonna be on screen. He voiced Batman in one of the recent games, if I'm not mistaken. I got to meet the voice of Speedy Gonzalez. I got to meet the voice of Porky Pig, and the most important one that I got to meet, in my opinion at the time, was Roger Clark, the voice actor for Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption 2. That was a glorious day, because it wasn't like I'm meeting him at a convention and he just signs something real quick, do a little small talk, and then leave. No, like, he's really there hearing our work and giving us constructive criticism so that we can grow as actors. So that meant the fucking world to me that day. I was like, yo, this is an amazing place to do voiceover. This is an amazing place. I'll definitely come back to do it again. I couldn't though, because I had to go to Honduras that same summer. What got me so upset was that during the next set of classes, the next 6, Yuri Lowenthal, voice of Ben 10, voice of Sasuke, and voice of Spider-Man in the current games, he was going to be one of the teachers for one of the classes, and I couldn't participate, and I was fucking upset. I was like, damn, son, this is crazy, nigga. It is what it is. Life went on, you know what I'm saying? And after that, I kind of took a break because there was just a lot of things that was going on in my life that I couldn't really go back to doing those classes. So then after that break, in the middle of 2023, so in the summertime, I decided, you know what, although the classes were great, I want to do something different. I want to do one-on-ones. I want to do one-on-ones because I felt like I was ready. I felt like I was ready to go out there, start getting roles, start getting credits. I felt like it was really my time, and I was just like, how much more can I do classes? Because you can do classes all day, but I feel like if you actually get out there, step in the booth or even in your home booth, and they call you over the phone to direct you, or if you're in their booth, they're on the other side of the window directing you that way. I feel like that's the only way you really get to experience that and really feel that, you know? I feel like that's the only way you can really grow. So I expressed that to my coach. My coach was Victoria Atkin. She is like the host person, the big man of Book VO and PCAP. She's the one that set everything up. Did those for the entire summer, almost the entirety of 2023, leading to now 2024. And I really enjoyed all the classes with her. And no, I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not saying this just to like make money. No, but it was really an experience to be with someone in the voice acting industry, and it's not going to really like try to hold your hand and really let you discover how to do certain things. I learned so much, and again, if people want another video specifically on that, I can make one, but to put it very simple, the 2 key factors that I really feel like I learned: finding your own voice and where it belongs in the VO industry, and how to break down a scene and make it truly personal to yourself. All in all, I'll definitely say the one-on-ones with Victoria Atkin has been definitely important when it comes to not just even my growth as a voice actor, but growth in myself as well. And she's inspired me to really move forward with this voice acting stuff, how to think about it strategically, business-wise, all that. She inspired me so much to the point where she was like, yo, I need you to take that next step when it comes to being a voice actor. That next step being get a voiceover booth at home. And I actually did that. Don't ask how much I paid for this, please don't. But I decided to get this because I was like, yeah, like she's right. Most casting directors, they're gonna want to hear that you're able to record at home. If they're able to hear like certain background noises and stuff like that, no matter how much you try to like edit that out, they're gonna hear that and they're gonna be like, yeah, we can't, you know, he has good work, but he can't record from home. So I was thinking that, and I said, yeah, let me just, you know what, swallow my pride, buy the booth. And literally ever since then, I've been having a blast in that booth. I had a couple of auditions. I have a couple of practice runs in there as well. And fun fact, actually, I recorded the song parodies in that booth. I didn't go to no studio for that. I actually just recorded it here at home. And yeah, I've been having such a blast with this booth. It's a portable one too, so I can take it out in like less than 15 minutes and literally put it in the bag and travel wherever I gotta travel to if I ever need to record somewhere else. If I'm in a hotel or something and it's by like the city and shit, there's so much sound, boom, put that up, maybe 10-15 minutes, there you go, start recording. But yes, all that finally leads here. All in all, in general, get out there, really get roles. That's the next step. When I have an update there, I'll definitely make another video like this and elaborate a lot more. It's been a long journey. If I'm being honest, I wouldn't have seen myself a year later like this. A year ago, I was like, yeah, no, I don't know where to go from here. I was super lost. I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna do for real. But with the help of Book VO, PCAP, with the help of Victoria Atkin herself, I got to where I'm at a year later now. I'm very proud of myself for this because, again, a year ago, if you was to tell me that I truly become a voice actor, that you would be going out there and getting roles and stuff like that, or working your way to getting goals, I would have not believed you, man. Not at all. And with that being said, man, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments down below if you would actually like to hear a lot more details about acting and the very intricate levels of it and whatnot. If not, it's cool. If you do, it's cool. I'll make a video on that too. And with that being said, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to your boy. Helps your boy out a lot. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.
Yeah, bro, yeah, we going harder, you know that's 24. It's a